Hi everybody, it's Robin at My Conking Creations, and how are all of you today on this beautiful Monday morning, afternoon, whatever. It's blowing like crazy outside and we're under a severe snow blizzard today. So needless to say, I'm all tucked in my garage. I'm going to be finishing off some painting stuff today, but I thought I would take a moment before I got into anything, excuse me, to talk about my Princess Rosie. There have been so many comments about this, and I want to just do outline a couple of things. And so I'm going to wait for a minute until a few people come on. I do not have my laptop out here, so I've just got my phone. So any of you who comment or whatever, I will try. If I don't answer you during the call, I will be answering you after in the comments, okay? I've got a YouTube channel with this on it. My Conking Creations on YouTube, Princess Rosie. You can follow through on that. But this is going to be just giving you some details that I keep getting over and over and over and over and over. And so I just wanted to put it all in one note so that if I do get any questions, then this video is what I'm just going to be passing on to everybody. It's a lot. I can't believe the one reel that I did a couple of days ago. I have over 70,000 views on it. So that's amazing. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. And I have decided, I have a few of the flamingos. I'm going to count how many I have, because I did buy a whole bunch of them last year at Dollar Tree. So I'm going to see how many I have in my box. And that's how many orders I will take. Now, I can't make them ship them from here because you'll have to pay a tariff. So I am going to Florida. We leave on February 26th for a month. So I can make them and ship them from down there, so into the U.S. with no tariff problem. So that's awesome. That's good. I'm extremely happy about that. So I will do as many as I can. While I'm away. I am on vacation, so I don't want to be working all the time, but these don't take very long to make, and I can get a lot of the stuff prepped before I go, so I just need to put them together. So I'm going to wait until I have a few more people, and then we're going to go over the details of Princess Rosie, her size, what you use, you know, just all of that stuff that everybody seems to have questions. She's not very big. Okay, because she's from one of the small flamingos that I got at Dollar Tree. So she's not big like the big ones that I did with the feathers and everything. That one is huge. It's like 30 plus inches in diameter. So we're going to be going over sizing and everything. And again, I will have this video posted on my Facebook page for 30 days, but I will also be putting it over onto my YouTube channel, so it'll be there forever. So you'll be able to get a copy of it. You can download it there and look at it at your leisure. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. This is her. And I've done her a little bit differently this year than last year. I did her legs pink. And this is a pink elastic type ribbon that I used, and I just used the legs that come with the flamingo and just bent them, but that's how big she is. Okay, so she's not very big. From the top of her head to the tip of her foot is about 18 inches, and in width she's about 12. So that's it. Okay, I love her. The little crowns are cake toppers from Amazon. Okay, so if you go on Amazon and just search cake toppers, you're going to see all different kinds of them. There's gold ones and there's silver ones. Now, the ones I buy are the 3 sizes. There's a small, a medium, and a large. Now, the one on here is the tiny little one, and I'm going to say it's about 1 inch across. I do use the bigger one, the medium-sized ones for the big flamingos. And the large ones, I can use them like on a stuffy or something like that. Like if I was doing like a goose head or something and I wanted to put a crown on her, I'm keeping all the big ones. Or what you can do is you can cut the big ones in half and then bend them a little bit and make them like a tiara so that they would fit on the medium birds. You can cut like some of it off, right? And then just kind of bend it a little bit. they're not high tech, and they're not expensive. Like, to get all 3 of them, I don't know how many you get, like maybe 3 or 4 of each size or something like that, and they're $20 or something. But I use them all the time. Okay, so now this is the bird I use. Okay, it is the Dollar Tree flamingo. They were $1.50 or $1.75 or whatever, but this is what I use. The legs, I use these legs, bend them however I want them to be bent, and then I wrap them in that purple elastic stuff. I got it at Dollar Tree. It comes in a roll. I got about 4 rolls of it. They had it in pink and white and silver and gold and all those colors. They did have the fuchsia pink, so that's what I got. The feet I made like I did last year. That's in the video, out of the pipe cleaners, the silver pipe cleaners, and I put little bows on them. This thing here, this is the sparkly ribbon that comes at Dollar Tree. You can get it in the little tiny rolls about this big, and I cut it. I cut a couple of strips off it so it wasn't quite as wide, because it's pretty wide. So I cut a couple of strips off. But again, this is your creation. You can make her however you want. I use that because up in here is where all of the yucky is from bringing all your mesh in, and I wanted to cover it. Now, I had a revelation coming home from shopping the other day, and the way I make this is I cut the head off, and I always, whoopsie, get that out of the way. I always cut the head off, and I bring it way up here. And then I slit it, and then I slip it over the frame to get it on. And I do that first. And then I do the mesh. And the first pieces of mesh, I have to kind of stick the ends in and glue it, because I don't have any access to the frame because the neck's there. Why don't we put the head on last? And I'm thinking, why don't I do that? Why don't I put the head on last? Then I can put everything on with zip ties, and then I can slip the head over and then zip tie it on, or glue it on, or however I want to do it. I can fasten it on and hide the zip ties with the mesh, and then then I can cover it with the silver stuff. So the next one I make, I'm going to try it that way, and I'm going to see if it works, and I'll let you know. But that was an idea that I had. Okay, so this is the frame I use. It's an 8-inch 4-wire, but you can use the Dollar Tree 3-wire frames if you want. I put that plastic gridding on the inside of it. On the video, I show using pipe cleaners. So it's whatever you have access to. If you want to use the pipe cleaners, great. Now, another thing you might want to do is you might want to spray paint this white, because you don't want to see the frame through the feathers. And if you don't, I have quite a few petals on these, so you know, I kind of make sure that it's all covered up. But if you want to spray paint this white before you start, and put your white gridding in, or your white chenilles, however you want to do it, you won't see it. Like, you won't see the frame if the mesh isn't quite, doesn't cover quite as good, right? So I use the pink ombre from Hobby Lobby, and that's what I used. I used it for everything. You can use the plain pink as well from Hobby Lobby. Both work really, really well, so it's whatever you want. In the video, I go over how I do the breast and how I do the back ones, so, and all of that. So you can, you know, you may have a favorite petal that you like to use when you do stuff like this. So, you know, I just wanted to make the breast to look different than the back. But you can do whatever you want in here. Like, if you want to do like just a cruffle and put it in there really small and tight, you could do that. You could probably make these on the small Unique in the Creek board as well. If you wanted them to be just a tad bit bigger, it would work. I don't have any small boards here right now, so I can't try it. But I just thought most people, you know, if you wanted to be able to do this, you lucky gals in the States have Hobby Lobby. You know, you can go grab your mesh at Hobby Lobby and go to Dollar Tree, grab your bird and the frame, and then your ribbon and your leg stuff, and you'll be all set to go and have a reasonably priced piece. Now, it takes a while to make this. Although she's not very big, I like to make sure everything is all covered really well. And, you know, I want to make sure that these little eyes, they have the little eyelashes on them. I get them at our dollar store here. And they come in a little package like this. There's all different sizes of them. I use these on all of my flamingos, like even my the ones that I'm painting. I'm using some of them. I'm doing wood painted circles and ovals and stuff. But the ones that I can use these eyes on, I use them. I just glue them on with hot glue, and they stick really, really well. I've not had anybody say that the eyes have popped off. And then when I'm all done, I spray it with an acrylic sealer. So if anybody has any questions about it, if you want to ask me here, I can answer them. But again, she's about 18 inches long from the top of her head down to here. So if you want to order one, know that she's not massive. She's not big. Like, for example, here is the regular flamingo that I use for the ones that have the head facing. And here's Rosie. So you can see how... Oh, dang tag. I should have cut it off. Get over there. So you can see how much smaller Rosie is than the big one. Okay, so she's small. You know, this would be really cute if, like in a little girl's bedroom. I know my youngest daughter, when she was young, she had a pink and white bedroom and it was all like fairies and princesses and stuff. I had like a border wallpaper and with a stripe. And this would have been so cute in her room, or even put it on her inside of her door, or the outside of her door. I know I have sold it to a few people that have taken it to friends and family that are in a nursing home. Because it's small, they can put it on they could even use a little suction cup and put it on their window. I have done a peacock, Sandy, and I have the attachments for it. I will post a picture of her. I do the peacock like I did the flamingo with the face going out like this. And I got the peacock head and legs from my friend Kathleen Boyce at Catlin Creations. And I will post all of that in a separate post. I'll put, here's the peacock. And I'll put Catlin's information. You can get the pieces from her. Now, she's in Canada, so if you're an American, you won't be able to get it from her. She's not shipping to the U.S. at this point. But you may, if you're Canadian, great. If not, you may check on Etsy and see, because she belongs to a group that they get access to all these patterns, and they're all over. So, but I will show you how I did it. I did that one. Again, when I do the front-facing birds, whatever, I do those on the Unique in the Creek boards, because I do it like the feathers go out, you know, how I did the peacock, or how I did the flamingo. Well, I do the peacock that way, but I use a royal blue. Oh gosh, there's 3 or 4 different colors for the feathers that I use, and they're beautiful. I have sold a couple of them, and I do have a couple of kits. So again, if you're in the States, and I'm heading to Florida on February the 25th, and if you wanted to buy some kits or whatever from me, let me know, and I can throw them in my suitcase, and I can ship them when I get across, okay? So that way they're not coming from Canada, they're coming right directly from the U.S. So, but I've done a peacock, I've done a swan, I've done a black swan, like Princess Rosie, but I did it with one of these big heads on a 10-inch frame, and I did it black, and I will post that picture as well. It was beautiful, because there are black swans, and I did the, you know, I had to kind of fix this a little bit, because the swan beak is a bit different than the flamingo beak, but yeah. But I can do that. I want to take a moment and I want to show you the things that I'm making for my London sale. These are my new flamingos. These are wood and they're painted, okay? Just give me a sec. These are cuteness overload. Look at these. They have a little seat. They can sit on a bench, or if you had a tiki bar, they could sit I'm in Canada, Sandy. Where do you live, hon? I'll reach out to you after, okay? I'll let you know. I'll let you know. These are wood painted. Are they not the cutest little things you've ever seen? This is all separate pieces of wood. It's all like a 3D. And then look at the little feet. Oh my God, look at these little feet. These are so cute. There's the flip-flop, there's the foot, and then the little thing with for the flip-flop. And then I just attached the string. I drilled a hole, and then I glued the string into the hole, and then on the back, we just have a little attachment here to help give some stability, but it's all painted and sealed. They are so cute. Oh, you're in Texas, Sandy. Okay, I'll reach out to you after the call, okay? Okay, and I'm also doing these ones. I got pieces of flamingo all over my shop right now. These go in a flower pot. Aren't they cute? They're huge. They're about 40 inches tall. So if you had a flower pot, you could put them in. And then I've got the sun. Here comes the sun. And again, those are all individual letters glued on, and then it's all sealed. I love it. Look at his little eyes. Aren't they cute? And again, those are wood discs that I painted and then I've glued on. Then this is the back. I always finish the backs of all my painted stuff. So I'm going to be at the London, Ontario, Canada Agriplex sale the first part of April. That's why I got to get home from Florida, and I got to have all this stuff done before I go. So they just go in a little flower pot. So that's about all I wanted to talk about today with my flamingos. It's just I get so many questions and I have videos all over the place. Just go to my YouTube channel, search Princess Rosie, and you'll see everything that you need to see. In the original video, I do have where I bought everything. Again, the crowns are cake toppers. I had a hard time finding them crowns. I didn't know what to search for, and when I finally did find them, I thought, I'm going to let everybody know that that's where they were. And I know they're still there because I have seen them. So, again, Hobby Lobby and Dollar Tree, you should be able to get pretty much everything there that you need to make these. So, it's not expensive. Use your own creativity too, guys. Like, I'm showing you how I do it, and it's kind of the bones of the piece. But when you come in, I've seen so many cubes. You could use feathers. Just use feathers on it. You know, like just wrap the frame with the feathers, go around the feathers, and even just leave the hole in the center. You know, when you wrap an 8-inch frame all the way around, you're not going to have much left in there. So you could even put like a little sign that's saying Flamazing or something, you know. You could put something, there's all kinds of little signs out there. So, you know, that's something to think about too. That could make it a lot easier. So you don't have to deal with the mesh. You could just buy a boa. And the boas at Hobby Lobby are about $3.99, and they're beautiful. That's where I bought most of the ones that I had for my other projects. So, okay, so that's it. That's my little spiel for today. I've got a couple of calls to make. I have had 2 people order. So I'm going to go out and count my flamingo heads to see how many I have, so how many I'll be able to do, because they're not out yet. And I don't want to take any orders until I see them in the store. When we're traveling down to Florida, I would imagine probably by the 1st of March that most of the summer stuff will be starting to come out, and your Dollar Trees are way better than ours here. So I'll be watching for those, and once I can get my hands on some while I'm down there, I'm going to make a bunch of petals here before I go. I have a bunch of the pink ombre mesh, so I'm going to make a bunch of the petals. So once the petals are made, it just takes a few minutes to put it all together. So I'll be able to let you know how many I could take on order, and I'm doing them for $95 ship price. And I do have a U.S. PayPal that I can use, so we can expedite, payment. Payment is required at the time of order, because I will confirm how many I can do right up front, and then once I get more, I'll confirm how many I can do, and then if you want them, shipping will be, we will be leaving the U.S. somewhere around the 24th, 25th of March, so we'll be back home by then, so I will be mailing all of them before we leave to come home, so that I don't have to worry, but as I get them done, I'll mail them, so I could start I could probably start shipping them somewhere around the 1st of March. So I don't know how quickly, if you're interested in getting one, that you're going to want it. Okay? So I'm going to let you go. Have a wonderful Monday afternoon. And watch for the video on my Facebook page and on my YouTube channel, Conkin Creations. This one I think I titled Princess Rosie Details or something. But it will have Princess Rosie in the title, so you'll be able to search for it. Okay? Thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.